Today, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the New York Jets taking on the New England Patriots.
Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the New England Patriots. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Jets ball club. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0.
And the way they played last week defensively, you look at the tape, it looks like they had extra guys on the field, and they thoroughly shut down that offense.
And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So here come the Patriots now on offense. They're led by their 6-year quarterback out of North Dakota State, a former Pro Bowler, Carson Wentz.
And when you look at him, you see that he's got all the tools you want in a quarterback. The big frame, the quick release, strong arm, has escapability. The issue sometimes, tries to do too much instead of just taking the throws that are available to him, and occasionally turnovers get him into trouble.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Here's 2nd and 9. This defense for the Jets, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down. Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. These two teams, Charles, the Jets and the Patriots, great rivals in the AFCs going back to the beginning of the Super Bowl era. Been a long time. Now, of course, in the recent memory, the Patriots, they have dominated, and that's capital D dominated. But, you know, change comes eventually, and the Jets, they've got a new coach, new quarterback. For this rivalry, you feel like it could get very interesting again in a hurry.
Absolutely, because as we learned in 2020, it's no longer Tom Brady is guaranteed to win the division because he's no longer there. And we saw Buffalo take command in 2020. So this division, more open than it's been for the last 20 years or so.
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And the Jets are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They're led onto the field by their big mobile quarterback. He can throw it, he can run it, Colin Kaepernick.
A true dual threat at the quarterback position. And let's remember him back in the 2012 season. That game in the playoffs that he had against Green Bay. ran for 181 yards and 2 scores, threw for 2 touchdowns. That's the kind of potential he brings to the table every time he steps on the field.
So after the INT, it's Kaepernick. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a big play that time by the Jets.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down, 2nd and right at a yard. The rushing numbers for Fournette from last week: 24 carries, 130 in the yardage department, and a touchdown, 2.
Well, they set a nice tone in week 1. He's among the leading rushers in the league. I think that they continue to feed him the football and continue to establish the running game so they can get to play action and throw the ball deep later on.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. To throw is Kaepernick. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged...
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Jets have taken a first-quarter lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Carson Wentz, along with his offense, heading back out there for their next possession. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception, and he had to come to the sideline.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. They're already trailing here in this first quarter. Last thing they needed was to cough the football. Well, they coughed it up, but luckily for them, it went out of bounds.
Yeah, still a long way to go. But when you're losing, every possession takes on a little bit more importance, doesn't it? And in that case, they almost made this game a lot more difficult for themselves by turning it over. Fortunate there.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They run. Robinson.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On play action, it's Wentz. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Going up top for Kupp. And got his man complete. The 30. 10. 5. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Cooper Kupp, 96 yards. And the Jets get the quick strike touchdown. Lutz with the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Here's Robinson again on second down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Here's Wentz to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield.
Leonard Floyd was the number 9 overall pick in 2015 by the Chicago Bears out of the University of Georgia. Spent 4 seasons with Chicago, but had his best year yet with the Los Angeles Rams in 2020. A career high, 10.5 sacks.
Here's Chris Jones now as he'll kick it away for the second time. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Jets will take over 1st and 10. So here are the Jets now to take over. They've got the lead right now. You remember last week they defeated the Carolina Panthers here. Good momentum. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. And he's got his man here, Beasley. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And just shutting him off there. And down inside the 15 he goes. Now we have Kelsey, slow to get back to his feet. Appears to be shaken up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. A handoff to Fournette. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Kaepernick going to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Kaepernick. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Now the Jets will call on a field goal unit here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Lutz puts this one through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first-half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're down 17-0, really needing to find that offensive spark on this drive as they have it with a 1st and 10. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. He's going to wind up and air it out. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A big play there for New England. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Open man right side, Myers. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wentz. Being chased out left. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaking up on the play. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. To throw, it's Wentz. And this is going to be incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
The Jets defense making things difficult there. 4th down. The Patriots will bring on the field goal unit. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. That is inches from the upright. It's no good. Wide to the left, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And this one caught by Beasley. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Into the red zone now. Kaepernick. Kaepernick hit. Fumble. He lost the football. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. Kaepernick to throw again. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. And Lutz's kick is good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But
all right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. Taken in at the 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And the Jets head out on offense here to start this third quarter. Play action. Now Kaepernick. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
From the 30 on second down, Wentz.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Wentz going to try and throw on third. That's complete to his tight end Freiermuth. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Now a play fake. Wentz. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Carson Wentz. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots get a score closer. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that cuts this lead down to 13. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a good return up past the 30, but was it aided by an illegal block or a hold? Let's see. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. 60 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They'll run it again with Fournette. And down he'll go at the 25.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage. I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 42. Now we have Kelsey slow to get back to his feet. Appears to be shaken up. We'll check on his status when we get back. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. 2nd down, back to Fournette. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. Here's a give to Fournette. Powers through him. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong, but I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive. And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. They'll swing this out to Fournette. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Fournette. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Leonard Fournette. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. So the Jet offense staying on the field. They're going to go for 2. They will run it. It's Fournette. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. And it's so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2. The Pats at the line, ready to go. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. He's got his tight end Fryermuth over the middle. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 40. Wentz. As he throws and the ball is out. It's a live football. But I think the Patriots are going to hang on to the football. They do. They get it back.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Now on 2nd and 16. Wentz. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Now Wentz. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 and a Jet touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick-6. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. New England trying to get a place on offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Meanwhile, Wentz's throw there complete to Myers. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. Now Wentz. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Wentz to throw again. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, Wentz. And that will be incomplete. It was Bryce Callahan jarring the ball free defensively.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Jets are going to get the football back. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
They are on to the fourth quarter in Jacksonville. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Kaepernick looking to throw. The Jaguars able to come away with a victory there. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A win would be their first of the young season. Kaepernick now on 1st down. He hits Beasley right side. And he'll be pulled down, and now a late flag will come with it. And that's in the area of a face mask, I think. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march up another 15 against your squad.
Dumps it off to Fournette. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10. Now Kaepernick. Throw left side on target to Thielen. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. Now Kaepernick again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. To throw, it's Kaepernick. Quick hitter here, it's complete. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for the Jets, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host